Hello, everybody, and welcome to ISO Comics, the weekly comics report with Mike and Ming, broadcasting live from the home of the comic book men, Jane Sound Bob's Secret Stash. My name is Ming Chen. Sitting across from me.
You said live.
Yes.
We are live. You know, we didn't have anything going down last week, did we?
No, it was, not last week, but we did.
New Year's. I mean, I know it was New Year's.
It was. But, well, we were here Christmas Eve, right before Santa Claus came.
We did.
Santa Claus was listening to the show as he was delivering
You and
presents.
I pre-programmed the tweeter box.
Yes. Did you have a good Christmas? Do your kids, do they still believe?
No.
They don't?
Oh, my God, no.
All right, you're one of the honest parents then, right? It's like you can't lie to your kids?
You know what? My youngest, my oldest is like, he came up to me, he's like, there's no Santa Claus, right, Dad? I'm like, yeah, this is like 2 years ago.
Okay. When he was how old?
He was 9-ish.
Okay.
And my youngest is 9 this year.
Right.
And this year he's just like, I've heard a lot of shit, Pop.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Are you lying to me?
All these kids are telling me.
Am I being lied to?
And I said, well, to him, in the interest of being fair, I read him that fable. You know, the lady who, her grandmother taught her that she is Santa and that Santa is a spirit and blah, blah, blah. He's
Santa is existent within each and every one of them.
And he said, he looked at me and he's just like, that's such horse crap.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, it wasn't Swear Sunday? So he didn't say horse shit?
It was cursing weekend.
Okay.
He likes horse crap rather than horse shit. So.
Okay.
He's like, that's such a load of horse crap because crap sounds better than shit to him.
So he's
Smart
cool.
kid.
Wasn't disappointed.
No, he was a little bit disappointed. He's like, well, I get that. It'd be nice to have a fat, jolly man who thinks of me.
Right.
I said, well, you got your pop. He's like, yeah, that's right. He's like, Pop's getting a little soft in the head.
Hold on a second. I'm still getting crap, right?
He's like,
I'm still getting horse crap, right?
And then I told him, I said, listen,
for Christmas,
you're getting your stuff for Christmas from me and Mom, which is where you've been getting it all along.
Yeah.
We're just a little more upfront about it now.
Okay.
And you know what? You don't have to write a letter to some goon to get your goodies.
No, just tell me and be good.
Yeah, and yes, for God's sakes, be good, boy.
It is. So, is your house full of like Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise? Or I don't know.
We do have the Blu-ray. Got the Blu-ray.
Okay, but you don't have Star-Lord's guns. You don't have.
No, we've got a bunch of Legos.
Legos.
Actually, my oldest asked for Legos. He wanted to do Legos on Christmas morning, all of us, and it was pretty cool. We did a Hobbit, the Battle of blah blah
the
blah.
Five
blah.
Armies.
No, it was
the Battle of the Five Armies.
That would have been so awesome.
Take you 18 hours to put it together.
Yeah, it would have been just. I wanted to do the Death Star, but
Did you get the Death Star?
No, I wanted to.
I lost my voice there.
I would have got the Death Star.
I lost my voice there.
Son of a bitch! I hate you, Mike.
I know. I hate you. I'm so jealous. I haven't felt like this since my neighbor got the G.I. Joe USS Flag, which is why I ended up buying it 30 years later for 5 times its retail value. Wow, that's cool.
I would love that.
And wait, your kids are how old?
I have my oldest, Mitch, turns 12 next month.
Okay.
And Daniel just turned 9.
So your kids got Legos for Christmas.
They got Legos, and they got a whole bunch. They got some good stuff.
So the Elf on the Shelf did you know good?
We didn't do the. I don't do the Elf on the Shelf. I'm thinking that we were talking about the Jewish guys getting into it because Sunday Jeff's
Shalom in the Home. Shalom in the Home. It's called.
Is it Shalom?
Mensch on the Bench.
Mensch on the Bench, and you're right, not Shalom in the Home. All right, Mensch on the Bench. My bad.
Okay. Well, what's going on? The Mensch on the Bench. But they don't have a cool it's an old guy in a yarmulke with the curls on the side.
I thought that was Hanukkah Harry.
That's Hanukkah Harry. They need someone hipper,
or AKA John Lovitz in a costume.
Don't they? They need someone a little bit more hipper. Like what? Futurama's got Kwanzaa and Kwanzaa Bot and the Hanukkah Zombie. Is it the Hanukkah Zombie?
I think so. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, now that'd be cool. If you got something really hip, like the Hanukkah Zombie.
Yeah, I think Krampus would have been good. A Krampus on the shelf. Would scare the shit out of kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Krampus under the bed.
Krampus, yeah.
Krampus
Watch
in the
out for the
closet.
Krampus.
That's it. Krampus in the closet.
It is. Did you get anything cool?
Did I? I got the Batman 66 Blu-rays.
No.
Yes,
that in the box?
I did. I got all the goodies. The hardcover TV stories, plus the little Batman Hot Wheels toy, the Batmobile.
So wait, the bootleg I made you washed away? Did it get
washed away? Got destroyed. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Well, you
and
got to enjoy it for a couple of years.
I did. I enjoyed it, but this is the remastered is so cool.
This is legit.
This is legit.
This is
And
officially licensed.
And you can see like the backgrounds are so crisp and clear. I'm like, this is awesome. Jill St. John falling into the nuclear pile.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh man, Yvonne Craig in Blu-ray,
Oh,
high
my
def
God, she
Blu-ray.
is phenomenal.
Really? Worth every penny.
Oh my God.
Worth every penny. Right on. Well, speaking of Legos,
If I had Brian Johnson's testosterone, oh man, my big screen TV covered like a Jackson Pollock painting
okay.
with the black light.
Okay.
was
Good night,
it.
everyone.
You
Thank you
asked
for
me.
listening to Some Comics.
Hooray!
We'll talk to you next week.
Yay! I get out early.
I got
helping.
I got Legos. I got the Lego Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got all 4 characters.
Very cool.
And, there's something to be said when you look at one of the characters on the box. Like, yeah, my homie. We know that
but you
guy.
got all, right?
Yeah, we know that guy.
Yeah.
We hung out with him.
It's my man.
It's my man Ernie Hudson, man. Yeah, I know. No big deal.
Ernie. Yeah.
No big deal.
Sent him a fruitcake.
Yes. Yeah, send him fruitcake. All right.
It was a re-gift, but you know what? The thought was
sure.
there.
Yeah.
I think all fruitcakes are re-gifts.
Have you ever made a fruitcake?
No, and I never will.
Okay.
I've made fruitcake ice cream.
Okay.
I had to. It was a thing.
Okay. Long story short.
No, not even a long story. It was, we had to. It was either make a fruitcake or make fruitcake ice cream. So
okay.
I opted for the ice cream.
All right. Before we get anywhere, we will be appearing live this weekend
Yes, we will.
on Sunday, January 11th at Fontana's Bar.
Fontana's.
Part of the NYC Podfest, Mike. Second year in a row we've been
We
invited
are.
back.
And actually, anyone who comes out, and you can go. How do we get tickets?
NYCPodfest.com.
Yes.
NYCPodfest.com.
At NYCPodfest.com. Anyone who buys a ticket and hangs out with us for the podcast,
Yes.
we're going to be going to Criff Dogs afterwards.
Okay, yes, we will.
You can hang out with us for Criff Dogs.
Buy some tater. Oh, you can have one of my tater tots.
You can have one of Ming's tater tots.
Not a euphemism.
You can have it might be. You can have a sip out of my RC Cola.
Okay.
And we'll be wandering the streets. We'll be going up to St. Mark's Comics as per usual.
Do you have any hot sauce left?
I do.
Okay.
We'll be giving out hot sauce. I'm going to be making some barbecue sauce.
Okay, I'll make some labels.
You'll make some labels. We'll get some zombie Q sauce and some of the Secret Stash hot
All right.
sauce.
So we're very Q&A oriented. You ask a good question, get a bottle of sauce. How about you make that a rule?
Perfect. That's good.
All right, I'll bring a couple signed Cryptozoic Mans.
Nice.
We always do giveaways.
Yeah, we do giveaways.
We always do giveaways.
Last year we did the I gave away a zombie survival kit.
You did.
I did. It was a kick-ass survival kit
You
too.
did. Who was that courtesy of? Where did we get those?
The zombie
Yes.
survival kit? I made it.
Oh, you did. Oh, that's right.
I made it up.
You did. You got a heavy-duty canvas backpack and threw.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I spent more than we got paid for the Podfest on that.
Paid, but hey, it's
we had a great time.
Yes.
And actually, our wander around New York after that, that got us to go see Bayside the musical.
We did, because we just saw it out the corner of our eye.
So we just saw it out the corner of our eyes. Like, wait a minute, is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
It's Bayside the musical.
Right. Now, I haven't checked the forecast for this weekend.
It's probably, actually, it's going to be Sunday is supposed to be 30 degrees.
Okay, so Batman will have captured Mr. Freeze by then?
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Because
fair enough.
We've got a door in the back that's wide open, and you talk, and I'm going to go close it.
All right, go close
God,
that.
it's freezing.
But yes, we come armed with the question. Get a bottle of sauce. In addition, Mike, I thought we would play 20 questions with each other. Split them up into. See if you can come up with 10 questions that you've always wanted to ask me.
All right, cool. I can come up with 10.
I'll come up with 10.
Sure.
Comic book related doesn't have to be, but throw a couple comic book related ones.
Cool.
In there to keep it on topic.
Nicely done.
Yeah, we'll have more. We'll have more than that. I just I'm waiting for my stuff to come in a dream. So, anyways, we have a special guest here, sitting to your right. Sitting to your right
Yes, we do.
is returning to the podcast table. Everybody, please welcome back Skip Winter
Hey, what's up, everybody?
From
out
Unit
in
5.
Podland? Yes.
from Unit 5.
Unit 5 is still here.
Now he doesn't come without a reason,
That's right.
and you were here. We'll be talking soon about why you're here. Well, actually, Unit 5. You got more copies of Unit 5, but with a twist.
Got the
With
reboot.
a bombshell.
Got the reboot. Number
Rebooted.
one. Yeah,
Number
rebooted
one.
number one with some help from some special friends, and It's always good to be here because you guys have been supporters since the beginning.
Always.
So it's awesome to come back.
Always.
Yeah.
I always love running you guys at cons too. So
Oh yeah, it's a good time. No, Alex. I'm missing Alex, but he's actually in the States today, so that's kind of a
All right,
It's a
nice.
good omen, I think. Having him here, he's close.
where
by.
was he?
He moved back to the UK.
Okay.
And
Why did he go to the UK?
His mom was ill, actually.
Oh,
so
okay,
he's,
okay.
he's taking
Okay.
care of her and doing
That's
the
good
right
reason.
doing the right thing. Him and Willie.
I honestly didn't know that he was a Brit
No, I didn't either.
because he doesn't have the telltale.
He does now.
Oh, he does again.
Oh, what is it,
17 years
Madonna?
in New Jersey, and now he's
Oh,
back.
okay.
He has the accent. He actually texted me the other day and said,
Oh, my
"Bullocks."
Oh,
I'm like,
Bullocks.
I know you've been, you grew up for 17 years in New Jersey.
Right.
I said, don't be.
Wait a minute, Bullocks? Like
Bullocks.
Bollocks. Bollocks. Like
I've
nothing
got
but the bollocks.
Bullocks on it, man.
Bullocks
the
is
Bullocks.
from Gotham. Yeah.
Or Jim
I
J.
don't know.
Bullocks.
Jim J. Bullocks.
Jim J.
It
Bullocks.
was in a
Right.
message.
Monroe Dunn got man raped.
Yeah, bollocks, Mike. Balls, a.k.a.
That's right.
balls. That's what they call nuts in England.
Yeah, I guess.
I think I thought Bullocks was ass cheeks. I don't know these things.
No, they're nuts.
Okay, all right, good enough.
If I'm not
hey,
mistaken.
You'll learn something new every day. If you don't, you die.
Right.
So,
That's true.
Thank God.
Well, apparently we may go to the UK.
I've heard.
That's cool.
That's the that's
That
a
would
rumor
be-
that we may be going out
I've-
there.
I've heard.
Oh, nice.
At some point.
Well,
So-
Alex and Willie can escort you around the city.
Okay,
There you go.
Bullocks.
that's a bunch of
I
bollocks.
pronounced it wrong, huh? Okay.
Bullocks, bollocks, bollocks. I don't know.
Bollocks.
Somebody correct me.
Bollocks.
I ain't
Hey,
English.
yeah. I don't speak no Queen's
I don't know.
English.
We'll see. I got to hear his new
I
accent.
don't. I
when
don't
see
even
him.
speak it. I can barely speak English, much less act. English.
I know what a Burke is.
What's a burp?
As a douche. A stupid person, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Burke. You
Okay.
stupid
And they-
Burke.
Don't they use the word cunt a lot there?
Yes.
Yeah, and
C-U-N-T?
not
do.
even in a. That is like one of the world's worst words you could use
To a woman,
But-
yes, or to anybody.
Well,
sure.
and over here,
Right.
but over and they
Over
also
there, they
call
throw
it
it
like
around.
arse. Yeah, I know. It's like
Right.
Yeah.
Wanker's big, right?
Wanker, yeah,
Wanker's,
Wanker's
yeah,
a big
Wanker's
one.
a big one.
Wanker's
Yeah.
a big one. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's
Sorry.
Now I have to answer this question.
answer.
To Breaking Soprano, Michael DeSanta
Okay.
asks, "It has always been my dream to fart in Ming's mouth. I just inherited about $60. Is that enough?" And I'm just like, I don't know, Ming. Is it $60
hold
or
on.
not? Now let me. What is what is your price for somebody to?
Okay. Well, let's rewind a little bit here.
You said
Now, I'm always a sucker for a good story, and
There
I know
has
there
to- there has to be a story
I know there's
behind
only 140 characters here, but I would listen to the story first before I set a price.
Why don't you give him one of your
If it is-
many email addresses to
Okay.
so you don't have to just get the 140?
mouth farter. What's his name? Charlie something.
Michael DeSanta.
Michael DeSanta.
That sounds like a comic book man episode.
Yeah, you can.
Seriously, that should be.
be a good
That
one.
sounds like a two-parter right there. Because that's
Michael-
or two-farter.
Michael DeSanta. You can email me at ming@smodcast.com.
Yeah, I want to
need
hear
your
about
story.
this one. Or I would have loved to if he had
Now-
said minglovespoop.com.
Now, if this is some kind of sexual thing, well, then you got to pay the standard rate.
Yeah, of course. You got to go for the grand. I mean, you are Ming Chen of
Right.
TV's
Right.
Ming Chen. Your TV's Ming Chen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably charge more if you wear like heels when he does it too, or he
If
wears.
that's
the-
sure,
you-
special requests are
if-
extra, of course.
Everything's extra. We're
Sure.
not Burger King.
Yeah.
For God's sakes.
Right. But I need the story first.
Oh, it sounds like it's been his dream. It's
Wow.
it's
Dream bigger, my
It has
friend, 'cause
always
I don't-
been his dream, which is weird because this means either he's 10 years old
Yes.
and has been following your life
Okay.
since you came to work for Kevin,
Right.
or I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Explain, Michael DeSantis.
Odd request. Not the oddest, but
No, that really isn't the oddest, is it? We've
Yeah.
gotten some funky
fart in my
schnight.
mouth. Okay. All right.
And Wes has a question.
Yes. Wes, Wag
any
Unit,
updates?
Wes?
Wag Unit.
Yes.
Any updates of the comic Mike was working on last year? Yes, I am almost done. I'm sorry.
Really?
I am.
Okay. No, there's no rush.
I know there's no rush,
I
but
know
there's
you
a
like
rush
set
to me.
deadlines. Okay.
I want to get this done because it sets a good precedent for my children.
Sure.
And also to prove to my wife that I can actually finish stuff.
Yes. Okay.
I've got that. I've got the fence halfway around the yard.
Okay.
It's halfway around the yard, and we let the
You're-
dog out.
You're like
and,
Karate Kid. Say, hey, Mr. Miyagi, I'm done sanding the fence, like both sides. Or
Not yet.
yes.
But yeah,
Oh no,
we'll have
instead
it.
of saying it was painting the fence.
Yes.
Or yeah.
Both sides?
Both sides?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But we are very close. I've got it, like I said, I have it all plotted out.
Okay.
I'm working on dialogue right now,
Right.
which is a lot harder than most people. And Skip can tell you how
He's a
difficult
writer, yes.
dialogue is. But I've got everything. I've got my story. It's actually on Newsarama. They
Yes.
had, what do they call it? Hold on one second.
Okay.
They called it an analog, which is what my comic is. It's an analog. It's a love letter to the Silver Age.
Okay.
That's cool.
The analog.
And they were going off on, oh, my analog is blah blah. I'm
Right.
like, shut up! You're ruining it for the rest of us.
Yes.
So if you're doing an analog, shut up until I'm done. All right, that's all I have to ask.
Analog.
Just shut up.
All right. I like this.
Thank you.
All right. Right on.
Sounds good.
Before we talk about comics, the big news of the week, the Ant-Man teaser trailer. Ant-Man
Dear
trailer.
yes, God.
Have you
yes.
seen it yet,
I have
Mike?
not.
Oh,
However, there is news on my front.
yes.
I binge watched while you were away.
Okay.
I binge watched Arrow.
Yes.
Both
seasons?
46 episodes.
Holy
yeah.
crap, dude.
In the 2 weeks since you've seen me,
Yeah.
I watched 46 episodes.
That's crazy,
of
man.
Arrow.
Like, listen, I like Arrow. I think Arrow's good, but
It's-
I don't know if I could watch 46. at
It
one
was,
time.
you can, because the waiting for all of the, like the in between time
Yes.
that you're waiting the week.
Sure.
I don't like that. I hate that. That's
course,
why
sure.
binge watching is great for
Okay.
people like me with low attention spans.
So
even
you
though I
are,
didn't always
you
have
were
it.
an enormous Stephen Amell fan now.
I am now.
Okay.
And Manu
good?
Bennett.
Manu Bennett's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal. He was, and I just found out he was in The Hobbit. He was he's the Orc King.
Yes.
So, fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
Manu Bennett's a cool cat.
Yeah, he looks like Slade Wilson should look.
Yeah.
I'm in awe.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
And,
So, and I'm also almost caught up on season 3, where we are.
What
Yes.
about The Flash? You've been watching The Flash?
Oh yeah, I'm done with
Flash
but
is-
they had that crossover episode,
Right.
and I'm like, maybe I should give Green Arrow a little bit of a shot.
Oh, so it worked. The crossover
yeah,
worked.
it did.
Yeah.
Worked well.
Wow.
That's right. That
So
was good.
yeah, I was very happy with that.
All right, The Flash. Shout out to our friend Jeff Johns. Who,
Yeah, Jeff Johns. And by the way, Jeff Johns also wrote one of the episodes of Arrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And he nailed it so pitch perfect.
Right.
And I'm like, no wonder.
you should tell him that.
I should.
Tell him that.
You are pitch perfect, Jeff Johns.
No, I'm serious. Tell him on Twitter at
All
Jeff
right.
Johns.
I will.
He.
He does follow me.
I mean, he
As I like do
yeah.
one of these.
I mean, he knows we're fans of his, but
Oh, yeah.
did you know that he's fans of us? Apparently
Maybe
he is.
I
We're
hope.
He's the best.
We're both Michigan boys.
That's he and I both love Superman.
Yes.
I got nothing.
And Green Lantern
And Green Lantern.
Yes.
And the Flash.
and the Flash.
You know what? He's the man.
Yeah. So Ant-Man
Yes, Ant-Man.
trailer was good. Now I saw a lot of
I saw their little jokey joke. That was pretty cool.
which was
Which they made the teaser trailer very tiny. It was ant-sized
right. Yes.
at the beginning, so you couldn't watch it.
Right. And then
Unless you got my nifty new glasses.
right. Yeah. Mike's
So,
wearing Clark Kent specs.
I'm wearing my specs.
You look like you do look like a Christopher Reeve.
Do I?
A little bit. Lower.
With a
Very
Okay.
smart looking. Very
Yeah,
smart.
I don't know why, but you kept chasing everything. Freshly squeezed, right, Ming? Like, yes, freshly squeezed.
Especially squeeze.
Smart's sexy
That's a
these days. You know that, right?
Smart is? Smart's the new sex.
It is.
Now, after the trailer premiere, I saw, not from lay people, but people who like, the comic book genre, but, may not be as too familiar with Ant-Man. A lot of people are asking why. Why make an Ant-Man movie? Not the sexiest character. To the layperson,
Right.
Perhaps, the comic fan, we want to see anything, but Ant-Man, why Ant-Man? Why?
I'll give you a couple of reasons. One, Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man, the guy that Michael Douglas is supposed to play. He was one of the founding Avengers.
Yes, he was.
They
They were on the cover of Avengers #1.
They-
Him and the Wasp.
the Wasp.
Yes.
The Wasp named the Avengers.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and actually, Ant-Man suggested the name, something like the Avengers, and the Wasp said, "Not something like it. That's our name."
Yes.
And he's also the one, the Ant-Man in the Avengers. He defeated Loki,
Yes.
so he kicked Loki's ass.
Yes.
Also, Hank Pym is, I don't know if it's canon right now, but in the Marvel 616 universe, which is their main universe, he was the Scientist Supreme. Like, there's the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah. There's a Sorcerer Supreme, Stephen Strange. Eternity had named him Scientist Supreme, which you would have thought is like, hey, isn't that Reed Richards? It's like, no. He said, you've got multiple disciplines and you excel at many of them.
Right.
Whereas Reed Richards is just like Asperger's. He's
Asperger's.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, when you take a look at it, it's
okay.
It's amazing. Every time I come here, it's not just the glasses, Mike. You're a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
Really.
All right,
Every time I come here, that's
thank you.
It's good info.
You're kind of, like Hank Pym's the scientist. Like Reed Richards has the little lab in his basement.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Well, I have no lab in my basement. By the way. Thank you.
That's cool.
I do have a library. I have a library.
A library?
A library.
All right.
Nobody needs to have I don't do lendings, but it's a library. But no. I've always thought that Reed was, whenever he got hyper focused, he always ignored the people around him, and he got very testy with them.
He did.
Like Sue. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Get away from me, woman!" And you're sitting there. He's like 3 steps away from smacking her.
That's the actual.
And you're like, "You're a real dick. Stop being that way."
Yeah, but he never struck her.
No, which
he never laid
Hank Pym. I got to be honest.
I'm just saying.
That was a mistake that the artist made, and he was like,
"Explain."
Keep going.
Explain.
Jim Shooter. I think it was Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter.
Let's just say it was Jim Shooter.
Let's just say it was Jim Shooter.
We can correct it.
I'm gonna have to check.
I'll edit this later if you're wrong.
Hank Pym was under a huge amount of mental duress, under stress.
Part of his character, part of the canon.
Yeah.
Had his ups and downs.
Yeah, and he's about to be court-martialed from the Avengers.
Yes.
They called him, Captain America called him to task for, he did something where Cap had talked down a villain that they were fighting, and Hank shot her from behind.
Yeah.
And it resumed fighting, and then they took her down.
Yeah.
But Cap was like, I had her. You shot. That was stupid. What's the deal? And he called him to the carpet. And during the proceedings, Hank had fashioned this robot to come and attack the Avengers, and only he knew where to hit it, where it would stop.
Okay. But wasn't not Ultron.
It wasn't Ultron, no.
It's like Ultron Light. Was there a name for this robot? Okay, whatever.
Whatever. But Jan walked in on him. Like, what are you doing, Hank? What are you doing, honey?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, baby, what's going on? And she's in a negligee, and he's like, get away from me, woman. And he was supposed to push her.
Okay.
But it had...
it was SWAT.
The artist had him smack her.
It was a SWAT. You saw the little SWAT boomerang thing.
Yeah, and he gave her a black eye. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, my God, he gave the Wasp a black eye. What a dick.
His wife beater.
Yeah, and that's when he became... like the wife beater, and that's the one thing that everybody jumped on. It's like, you're a wife beater. And there was later on, it was Chuck Austin, one of my favorite, and I mean this in a most disrespectful way. Chuck Austin sucked on the Avengers, and anything he touched, God,
is Chuck Austin dead? Because
no, he's not. He's probably going to sue me, but I could give a rat's
I just don't want to run into him at a con. It's like,
I could care
I heard
less.
what Zapsik said about me.
Yeah.
and I get punched and get a black eye. It's like, woman,
woman. But no, Chuck Austin had nothing to do with it. But Hawkeye and the Wasp had an affair during his run, and it was an awful, god awful run.
Okay.
He had the invaders in there, and it was crap. Okay. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, he had Hawkeye, who actually has been like a big Hank supporter for the whole time when he was in West Coast Avengers. Tried to talk him into like coming back to the superhero fold.
Right.
And he's calling him like a wife beater and all sorts of stuff. It's like completely out of character. I'm like, wait a minute, what? They're friends. And
where'd this come from?
Exactly. Where's this coming from?
It's like if you started, as if you started calling me a wife beater and started, I was like, Mike?
It's like, when you get pussy, you get brave. It's like, what?
Happy New Year? What? Mike? Mike, is everything okay? So
yeah, just because I found out that, you wouldn't take your wife to the hospital because you were eating an English bread pizza.
It was an English muffin pizza.
English muffin pizza.
That does not make me a wife beater.
That does not.
Fart swallower, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That make me a wife beater. Hungry, perhaps.
Hungry. Hungry, definitely. And not wanting to waste a good English muffin pizza.
Yeah. And she turned out to be okay, so...
Good.
But
Awesome.
for those of you asking why, Ant-Man actually a very interesting character.
Oh yeah,
Suited for the big screen. I mean,
Marvel premiere number 48 and 49 was Scott Lang's introduction into the DC universe.
Yes.
Actually, he's Avengers 181. He was a technician for Stark.
yes,
and,
for Tony Stark.
Yeah, but he's a really cool, complex character. He was a thief.
Yes.
He's a
Is Rudd going to do a good job, though?
Yes,
That's
Rudd's
my
gonna do a
concern.
Paul
I
Rudd.
love Paul Rudd.
I do too,
He
but
can
in
do
that
no
role?
wrong. Yeah. Oh my God, Scott Lang. When you think about it, he takes the easy way out. You know, being a thief.
That's one of his traits.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to obviously, Paul Rudd's got obviously a sense of humor that comes through.
Sure, and he's a wise ass. You know, just
Right.
no respect for authority.
which is good.
Perfect.
And
Right.
Ant-Man.
You know how Ant-Man knows you're gaming? He
because,
saw you macrame yourself a pair of jean shorts
because I listen to Coldplay.
because you listen to Coldplay. That's right.
And
How awesome would that be if he and Michael Douglas did that?
oh yeah,
You know, I know you're gay, Hank?
Yeah. It's like, didn't I see
Because you
that
hit
in-
your wife.
Yeah, because you hear what's like that. Why does that make me gay? Makes me a violent,
Sociopath, yeah, definitely.
violent asshole. But how does that make me gay? How does that prove that I like the same sex? Like,
You know how I know you're gay?
doesn't.
You took $60 for a guy to fart in your mouth. That's how I know
no,
you're gay.
you're
Michael.
gay is, you got throat cancer from eating Catherine Zeta-Jones. You heard about that, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That doesn't make him gay either, though.
No,
So,
it doesn't.
No.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
No, but from what I saw the teaser, and if you read in the books, Ant-Man, not well respected by a lot of people, but he knows that and he makes fun of it and he plays into that.
Did
So,
you ever
well-
see the Saturday Night Live when it was Margot Kidder was hosting and she married Superman and they were having a party?
What year
And the
was
Hulk,
this?
this is
think I saw
79.
that. Yeah.
I remember the Hulk. Yeah,
Belushi was the Hulk
Yeah,
and
he
he
started-
destroyed the
yeah,
bathroom.
right,
Like, oh my God, don't go in there. Garrett Morris was the Ant-Man.
That's right. That's right.
and he's
forgot about
and he
that.
had the actual, he was wearing a kick-ass Ant-Man
Yeah, it looked
suit.
really good.
And he's like, I'm Ant-Man. And they're like, oh, what do you do? I can shrink down and talk to ants. And they're like, oh, you can talk to ants and shrink down. And they're making fun of him. And I mean, there really wasn't anywhere to go with it.
Right.
But Aykroyd was the Flash. He's like, oh, I hope you don't sick any ants on me when I'm having a picnic. Or it was just like, oh my God, he does get no respect.
Right.
But I mean, Hank Pym.
But yes, he can't stick ants on you, as in like 10 million of them.
Yeah, they said 10,000. There are 10,000.
I heard like 10. So from what I read, it was 10 or 100 billion.
10,000 billion.
A million ant for each person on
A
the
million
on the
ants for every person. So that's like 22 different.
See you later. Who are we
Bye.
saying bye to? Yeah, bye. Yeah, that's a lot of ants.
That's like 22 times your biomass
Yeah.
in ants.
We're talking real ants, not those shitty ants from Indiana Jones 4.
So do you think
No,
that
the African
think-
driver ants?
Yes.
No.
the mainstream audience is going to buy into this one?
Yes, I think it's gonna be written in a way where you will understand why Ant-Man's a bad.
Or do they buy in only because of the kind of the comic book wave? Because I was really skeptical of Guardians of the Galaxy, and obviously it turned out to do what it did.
It's going to be maybe not this teaser trailer, but the next trailer. I think Marvel's really good with their trailers.
I think do a great job.
I remember seeing the Guardians trailer. Like in that 2.5 or 4 minutes, like you wanted to see that movie.
I think he did, but I think certainly comic book fans will want to see this one.
Yeah.
But I'm more concerned on the mainstream.
I think a lot more people are going to be like, well, Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty kick-ass. Let's check out Ant-Man.
It
Yeah.
will a lot
Yeah.
will hinge on
And
this
Rudd.
full trailer though.
He's got a
I
big fan
believe
base, I'm
him.
sure.
Rudd's got a huge fan base.
Right.
I mean,
but he's not Brad Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Paul Rudd.
No, but
So-
I don't want Brad Pitt in this role
No,
anyway.
what I'm saying is he's not internationally known perhas as Brad
True.
Pitt,
You
know
mean
what I'm saying?
he's not a box office draw. But my point being that you want that a guy. You kind of think that Paul Rudd is the guy who would go out for a night of drinking and piss on a sidewalk.
Yes.
That's what you get.
Right.
That's also Scott Lang though. So
But
yeah,
that's Scott Lang, and that's also kind of what you want. But Chris Pratt's character was also didn't respect authority,
Right.
and Star Lord was like, he
Yeah.
was pretty much
Oh.
a scumbag. He was a
Right.
bounty hunting scumbag,
Yes.
Right.
until he found his internal honor, which is what's going to happen with Ant-Man. He's a thief, but he steals the thing that can make him a hero.
Yes.
So the clothes make the man. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
I forgot to look this up. Do you remember? Anybody know the release date? Offhand?
I don't know.
No. Somebody will tell us.
We'll find it. Well, all right. So speaking of that, man, we go to new books for January 7, 2015, a new year of books, of comic book
it is.
dominance in the printed market.
Well, why do you keep talking like that? Just blah blah.
I'm just trying to talk up the store.
Blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
like, dude, if you're not reading comics in this day and age in 2015, you suck. Like, I'm just gonna
say that.
I'm just gonna say it.
Don't use those SAT words.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
So if you want a good, say primer or origin of the Scott Lang Ant-Man, pick up Ant-Man #1, Marvel Now, Ant-Man #1 on shelves now. Kind of rewinds and gives a story about why Scott Lang becoming the Ant-Man, why he stole the suit.
Yes,
it was for a good reason. He didn't.
No.
Although he is a thief.
Yeah, that was actually John Byrne drawn issue, and as soon as Ant-Man was announced as a movie, those jumped up in value. Right. They were like $5 books. Now they're like $30 books. Yeah. And if this skyrockets,
they're going to climb.
Like, think Thanos numbers.
Yeah. So there's our investment comic of the week.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you remember which issue numbers?
Yeah, Marvel Premiere 48 and 49.
All right, grab those. But long story short, Scott Lang steals Ant-Man suit, goes to rescue the only doctor that can save his daughter who's dying.
Dr. Erica Sondheim.
Yes. Rescues her daughter recovers, and Hank Pym lets him keep the suit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, he took down the guy. His name was Cross, Darren Cross.
Yes.
And he got like huge. He got Hulk huge. All pink and stuff. Is creepy looking. And his fingernails are like this big, but his hands are like
pink
huge.
and veiny. Like...
Yeah, no, not veiny, just pink and creepy looking.
Okay.
He got. It's like he got gigantism from who was that in The Simpsons when the baseball game? Softball?
Was it Ken Griffey Jr. or was it Ozzie Smith? I think
Ozzie Smith fell into the mystery hole.
Yeah, the mystery hole.
No, I think that was.
I think it was Griffey that got gigantism.
It was Ken Griffey Jr. who got gigantism. May cause gigantism.
Daryl Tier.
July 17th, 2015 is Ant-Man release date. Thank you, Jokes Driscoll.
Thank you.
James V. Driscoll.
Thank you. We will be there.
Yes, we will.
We will be there. So Ant-Man, we're going to pick that up. They're kind of putting these out now. So they'll have a trade available when July 17th rolls around.
They'll put the Marvel Premiere 2-pack together.
Yeah. But very good issue.
Oh, it was excellent.
Good issue. Ant-Man #1. Death of Wolverine hardcover.
Excellent. If you haven't read the Death of Wolverine,
well, here you go.
What rock have you been under?
Yes, here's your chance to read. You don't have to go searching for the single issues anymore. All collected for you. A classy hardbound.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this because people, you got that Death of Wolverine. I'm like,
sold out.
Sold out.
You lose, so grab this.
It was like 3 months ago.
You
What's wrong
have two
with you?
left here.
I know.
Yeah. So long story short, Wolverine's healing factor is gone, and this is a decent way of him going back throughout kind of Wolverine history, him kind of retracing his steps, and you get to see all the people he's battled and all the people who gave him shit. It's a little rewind.
All the people who are going to die.
Little look back. Not exactly a clip show per se, but
it should have been like settling old scores.
Didn't he settle scores?
He settled a couple.
All right. Hulk #10.
More.
2 words. Well, wait, 4 words. Hulk versus Red Hulk. What else do you need to know?
I don't need to know.
Watch them battle it out in the pages of this Marvel book. I haven't picked this up yet, but it's getting rave reviews. Don't know if you know anything about it. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1.
Oh, I've heard about it. She's a college girl that has squirrel powers, right?
Yes.
I did. Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, sounds lame, right? No,
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The title was like, wait a minute, or the premise even. It's like, but I'm telling you, pick it up. Pick it up, Mike. Did you pick it up?
I did.
Okay,
I did, of course.
All right, and then Wolverine's #1 is now weekly. I don't know how long they're going with this. But
Wolverine's, I don't know. You know what? There's so many freaking weekly books out there right now. It's killing me. Batman Eternal, which is
come on, man.
Hit number 40 right now.
Weeklies are fun, man. I don't want to wait a month anymore.
All right, here's the cool thing. Batman Eternal. You know what the setup is? It's to yank every dollar away from Bruce Wayne which is and every dollar away from the
And
comic
they have
buying.
to do it. They have to do it weekly.
You have to do it weekly. Exactly. Well, no, it's been a great story so far. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not.
It led into Arkham Manor, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
Not great, but cool.
Right.
And that ends at I think issue 6 or 8. I forget. But and World's End, Earth 2 World's End is a weekly.
Yes.
Which is killing me. Also, it's like, come on, you have Earth 2 right there. I see it. It's right there.
Right there.
It's right there.
But here's a
well, now it's weekly. Now here's another one. Here's one. Here's like 4 more.
Earth 2's not just limited to one story.
And DC, the New 52, Future's End.
Yes.
Killing me again. And it's 5 years in the future.
Weekly, does that mean
I don't need to know that.
Does that mean we make more money?
That's
as a store?
Yeah, but I take home less money because I'm giving it back to the store.
Okay.
They're killing me. But hey, what are you gonna do?
So it's an all Marvel week for me. Did you have any picks?
Yeah, I told you. Batman.
Oh, okay.
I told you all my weekly books.
Okay.
Yeah.
All your weekly books?
All my weeklies.
All right.
Swamp Thing number 39 came out this week. It was good.
Oh yeah.
What's the new Wonder Woman though? With the number 30 Wonder Woman with the
40.
Finch 40.
Yeah, 40.
Yes, the new Wonder Woman's been going gangbusters.
Yeah.
What the hell else? Oh, Green Lantern came out this week, and Green Arrow came out this week. This week in comics. It came out this week, and it's Green Arrow and Green Lantern teaming up for the first time in the New 52.
Wow.
Yeah,
now you remember
cool.
what happened last time that happened? Not in the New 52, but in history.
In history, it was
a little testy.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah, well, you get some good stories now between Denny and Neil.
Right.
So, as long as they're not in the same room, it's fine.
Right. Is that true? Is that what
no, they're fine.
We've met both of them.
Yeah, they're
actually.
both fine.
If you stay tuned to Comic Book Man, you may see
one or the other, the other.
Yes,
it's so true.
It is. So, all right, Unit 5.
Let's talk Unit 5.
What's happening, guys? The last time you were here, Unit 5 issue 3 was launched.
Yes,
and
that was weird. Now we're going back to number 1.
Going back to number 1.
All right, cool.
So you have rebooted Unit 5.
We rebooted.
Okay.
Brian Feraldo, as many know, does some things for Kevin on Smodco, and a little bit of a connection there. So I guess I believe Kevin had read those first 3 and took a look at them and gave us some direction, I guess, on really how to write how to write a comic book correctly.
Okay, what is it? Did you feel it was incorrectly written?
I think those first 3, and there's always some confusion. They're like, they're these connected in a story arc. There's first 3 with this new, no, it's I think what I did originally, and I'm the master of biting off more than I can chew, and being just a little bit overconfident, is I wrote those as individual stories.
Okay,
so there's no story arc, and I think that's where we weren't picking up as many fans as we could. And I think people like the background. For people that don't know, it's 5 characters connected to 9/11 that basically are an anti-terror unit based out of New York from each one of the 5 boroughs.
No, they have sweet-ass cars. They got sweet rides.
They do. And a little bit of Speed Racer element in there. Cars are sexy, so I added that in there. And, I just, once we got some of these recommendations, I got some scripts to look at, some new scripts, some different books. We just felt the reboot would make sense.
All right, so you were like, I like what I did, but now I can do it better.
And I think going darker too. I mean, everything seems to be a little darker now. I mean, we've kind of jumped up our age bracket. I mean, originally it was very cartoony, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, you were getting sponsorship from Scion, the car company. So did they have any restrictions on you, or did they have any limitations?
In the first couple issues. A little bit, but it's kind of softened. We're changing some of the cars now. Essentially, they're on the back of the book now with an ad.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna refine it down to probably one vehicle that they all drive the same vehicle.
Okay,
because they change models so often, so I can't do that. And the one car, the Scion FRS, has kind of become like the Batmobile. Yeah, that's the one that you see at the show at the con.
Yeah, that's the other thing I like. That when you have your booth at the con, you usually have the car there.
Yeah,
so you have like a real world element, a real world connection to it.
Right.
Who doesn't love cool cars?
Yeah, it's become for me. It was really the Batmobile or the Mach 5.
Yeah,
and it's become
the
that.
Mach 5.
It has, it's become that. So the reboot has been really well received. The only place you could get it was actually it released it at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Now it's on Comixology.
Okay. So you get it digitally.
Yeah, get it digitally via Red Anvil is our publisher now.
Yes.
Joe Martino.
How'd you get hooked up with them? Red Envelope Publishing.
You know what? Just through the small world that we have here, this little East Coast corridor of comic book, friends, I guess.
Right.
And recommended to go to Joe. He liked the story, and him and Jeff Austin, and we got a whole team. Steve Wilcox. I mean, it's been really well received. Like I said, Comixology picked us up. Now we're in the previews for with Diamond finally.
Yes. Was that tough? I mean, we've heard.
Man, it
the
was.
stories, but
You got to jump through a lot of hoops, man.
Yeah, and I think the only way that we were able to get back in there was the reboot.
Oh,
And
yeah. Okay. So this is a testament to anybody listening out there. Maybe working on a book or who have been slaving over that. If you want to do it better, if you want to go back to the beginning, do it. You can.
Right. Well, yeah, we had to. There was no. I think there was no way that we would have gotten into Diamond, even though we had the 9/11 piece, which everybody loves. And I think that's why the book really exists.
Yeah.
And what happened in, terrorism is so relevant every day.
Yeah.
The fact that the tragedy happened yesterday.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's awful.
Oh my God, yeah.
And so I think that the book is become even more real world. I've learned more about 9/11. What happened not only in New York but also in D.C. and Pennsylvania, So now it's become an obsession. So I've made myself more of an expert in that, which that I think is going to enable me to make it darker. I think that our adult fans are going to like it a lot more.
Yeah, I never asked in the beginning. Were you affected personally by 9/11?
No, I was. Well, I should say yes and no. I was in the finance industry at the time.
Okay, so you were.
Yeah, a lot of people. When you bought bonds, a lot of those bond houses and things like that were connected to those people. So, a phone call here and there, I would have talked to somebody.
Right.
What happened, what affected me was years later then working in New York City, just started talking to different people. And everybody has a different story about 9/11.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Everybody knows where they were. And any of those people, if you see the short film, that's the other thing. If you haven't seen the short film, if you Google Unit 5 Drift, that premiered exclusively on Smodco.
Yes.
You'll see two first responders in there who've become great friends, and we've really made some great allies with the FDNY and guys that were actually, their real first responders. Right. And that's heavy duty. I think once if you look at the film, you'll realize how heavy this book is, and you see the emotion that comes out of these guys. There's a police officer, Jerry Robity, and Charlie Wells was their emergency rescue chief. I mean, the stories that they told us, me and Feraldo, on the roof of a building in Manhattan, it just blew us away. I mean, we were supposed to be there for 45 minutes because we didn't want to take too much of their time. And I'm kind of like, we got to wrap this up, Brian. And Brian's like, yeah, dude, you've been here for an hour and a half. We have a lot of footage, more footage that will come out in the next short film.
Okay.
And it just flew by. It was so intense. I mean, the emotion, that I was getting goosebumps after, they tell you that they were blowing across the bottom of the building 50 feet. One of the stories.
Yeah, they lived to tell about it.
Yeah, they lived to tell. But one of the stories is that I guess as the tower was collapsing, the chief got blown about 50 feet. He landed, obviously 50 feet away from where he was, and he ran into somebody who he knew was a photographer was in the building, and identified him. They couldn't see anything. They had no idea that the towers had collapsed. And he was looking up because he couldn't see.
Yeah, it was just
there was so much smoke and dust, and like I said, you can see a lot of that or some of that in the short film, that's definitely worth a watch. And I think that takes our book, as far as indie books go, we've done so many things now that other indie books haven't been able to do, like all the cons we go to, and then the short film with Feraldo doing an amazing job with the short film, and the next short film Brian's working on. I think the script is done. And we're going to film in Toronto, where Brian is from, Comic Head. So for those who don't know Comic Head, make sure you check this out.
Shit.
So,
Shit! Yeah.
He said to say hi, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell Brian we said howdy.
You can check that in.
We did some stuff for Brian.
Yeah, we did. So
that's right. He told me that.
Yeah, it's never seen the light of day, but it's still cool.
Yes.
He's kind of become I would say Brian's become my chief advisor, and I work with Herb at Fanboys.
Yes.
He's those guys are really helpful.
Herb Cloutier. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's been. It's been amazing, like what's happened now, and all kinds of big time. I should say big time. Yeah, big time. Without saying who they are, Hollywood people are interested in this thing.
Oh, all right. Well, hey.
Yeah,
never a bad thing.
Some actors, we've been told what we need to do to
get that moving forward.
Get it moving forward, and I'm working on potentially. One of the ideas we have is to go to film schools. Someone said you should do a script. That's the end goal.
Oh,
just kind of like the accelerators.
A screenplay.
Yeah,
yes.
screenplay.
Sure.
So kind of like the accelerators, we do this next 6 books as or the real story arc, and that becomes your
then you have like a
storyboard.
kind of a visual. Yeah, you got a storyboard. You got something visual to show people.
Right.
It's like
And
this
then,
is what we're looking to do.
reaching out, hopefully maybe a college project for somebody at one of these top film schools to create the screenplay, which would be cool.
That is cool.
So I mean, it's been amazing. So hopefully this next, and I just finished issue 2, went to the editor, and we'll be quarterly now. So we'll be quarterly through Diamond. So make sure everybody tells their local comic book shop that we're in previews. That's the huge thing.
Okay, number 1 is out now. You can.
Number 1 will be. It's in previews right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you can
and this
order
month.
previews right now.
Yeah, I guess it's on the shelves in March, I believe.
Yes. It's got 2-month lag time for anything that you get from.
Are you do you have this kind of mapped out? You're looking to do 6?
6.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
6 issues
6,
right now.
nice.
6.
And then you're going to do a trade?
Yes,
Excellent.
that is the plan. And then the short films, if we continue to get funding somehow,
Yeah, those are-
we'll do
those are-
5 of those.
Nice.
Those are extra and expensive.
Yeah,
Not cheap.
I mean, Feraldo does an amazing job. I mean, with the budget I gave him, if you guys have seen the short film, it's amazing.
Yeah.
People that see it are like, wow, this thing is legit.
Yeah, you can check that on YouTube or just go to csmod.tv.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
on there
like I
as
said,
well.
I just Google it, Unit 5 Drift, and
Yeah.
then the other thing too is hopefully check us out on Facebook. At
When did you decide to reboot? Do you remember the exact, not the exact date, but
Well,
like
it's funny because
ballpark.
I got the email from Brian with some suggestions, I guess, from Kevin, and or some ideas on how to write, a proper comic book, and I believe it was in January
of a year ago.
Yeah, about
Okay.
a year ago now. And then I got connected with the Red Anvil guys, and that was a new process, and it's like for the guys creating comic books, there's so much more involved, penciler, inker, colorist,
It's
got a guy
team.
doing layouts.
It's a football team.
And then you have to you coordinate with your printer for the production piece,
Right.
which that was a nightmare because they actually printed it with a typo that we corrected.
Okay.
So
I hate when that happens.
so like $7,500, and they ended up reprinting. It was great, but it was I can't think of the name of the printer now, but. It's a process. I've learned a lot, and now I think if you look at the evolution of this thing, I've got them all 4 in front of me.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing from where we started.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Walt gave a really nice compliment. He said that the artwork in this one is very Dale Keown-esque.
Awesome.
Which is pretty high praise.
That
There you
was
go,
I
team.
was
That's
going to ask without I don't have this one compared to the other ones, but what would you say the main differences are?
Geez, to be respectful to everybody, I think Joe.
Oh, okay, I understand.
I mean,
yeah.
no, but I think Joe put together. The difference was our original artist was great, but he did everything. He penciled, he colored, he inked.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And
It's
he
a
did
lot.
panels.
It's a lot of work.
We now have a team, so we've got penciler, inker, colorist, and somebody that does the layout. So I think that is what makes it better. Is that team of people
Sure.
instead of just one guy?
Instead of one pair of eyes, you've got 4 looking
Right.
at this,
Right.
and they're all bringing something else to the table, which
Right.
it adds depth and it adds layering. Which this is what this has.
Right.
It's got not that there was anything wrong with the 1 through 3, but the first one to me it was a little 2-dimensional.
right.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
Well, yeah,
Not-
Mike,
not
it's on a flat piece of paper. It's
no kidding, but I hate to tell you,
All right, continue. I'm sorry. Sorry, that was bad.
you bastard. So anyway, it just, but this one pops off the page, Ming.
Okay, well,
So-
it does.
And I
The
think I was
artwork's
stubborn in the beginning too. I think I was a little bit. There was a little bit of ego in there, and
Let's put it this way: no writer likes to kill his babies, ever. You don't. Every word is precious. Precious, I tell you.
Yeah, and I learned, and I think Feraldo and actually I think that's the other part of it is Brian and I work closely on this, and we have a good relationship where we can battle and fight, but then I think I definitely come to my senses because Brian's very knowledgeable, and has guided me in the right direction. So I think the writing's gotten much better, but the fact that I can blow things up and hurt people now is also, I
did
think,
you
makes it
feel
better.
restricted by that?
Yeah, I
before?
really
okay,
did.
you wanted to. Okay.
I did, and that was in my own mind because I just felt like I wanted everybody to be able to read it. And it's not like it's not crazy. You'll see some things coming in the next issue that I think are gonna shock some people. But
yeah, we're not talking like Vertigo, like
No, but,
kids shooting themselves in the face and
no,
It's not preacher-esque.
yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm just all
Unit
right.
5
It doesn't-
esque.
it's just-
right. Not Walking Dead. Those
Okay.
crazy scenes like the little child and all that stuff. Nothing like that. But I did feel restricted. I feel like now I've got the freedom to do what we need to do. And I think it was just a wake up call. The fact that even Kevin picked those up and read them, to me was like, and I know, and you guys too, it's like, we have all the right people behind it. And
that's huge, dude. Like Kevin hasn't even opened Mike's Christmas present yet. So,
that's
saying.
True. And I had to poke air holes in the damn thing. So
So
I don't think the puppy's alive anymore.
That thing's still moving. Like, that's.
I just think the influence from you guys and from Kevin and Brian and Herb and Joe has helped me write a better book. And then obviously the team that we have is just amazing. I hope people pick it up, and read it because it's a good cause. We still make donations to first responder organizations.
That's amazing.
That's pretty impressive.
We did you guys had Josh Bodwell on.
We did. Yes.
And
from Epic Ink,
he is going to do the very first Unit 5 tattoo. We had a contest.
Really?
Yeah, one of our fans.
It's going to be a damn good tattoo, man.
It looks pretty sick.
Oh, you saw it already?
Yeah, well, I saw what Josh had sketched up. And one of our fans won the contest. He got the most likes. So now we're going to send a new Unit 5 tattoo.
That's huge. Josh, very talented tattoo artist.
Yes.
His ink does not come cheap. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to donate, or we're going to do, Unit 5 will donate to the FDNY, I believe, the price of what the tattoo is going to cost up to a certain point.
That's amazing.
We can afford that much, but things like that are happening. And, the fact that we have t-shirts and stickers and things like that for people that they can get. I mean, it's becoming a brand. And I think that was the other thing that we've learned, is we just have to, we get our numbers up there. This thing, I think it has all the elements from everything everyone's telling us.
Yes.
It has all the elements of even a classic book because, everything's born out of tragedy.
Right.
And I know I've said that before, but it seems like a lot of the new books, they don't have that. And somehow, without getting bitch slapped, I was able to take 9/11 and be very respectful and pay homage to those guys and give it, a reality meets comic books that means something.
Yeah.
Springboard.
Yeah,
Springboard.
Well, it was 2011. Not that long ago, but people forget. So
right, and that's what all the
2001, Ming.
2001
was 10-year anniversary.
Yeah,
and we launched in 12. But that's what all the gentlemen that we're working with from the FDNY, the guys that were there, that's what they said. If there's any way to increase preparedness for terrorist attacks and to keep and to never forget what happened, then they're all about this book
for sure.
And I think it's not the only reason to read it, but it's a good reason to read it and support the book because we're a little different, I think, than most of the books out there.
Right. All right. Right on.
So
website
is unit5comic.com and then facebook.com /unit5comic.
Awesome.
Yeah, all new. The website's always a work in progress, but a lot of stuff on Facebook. So.
If you're a retailer, grab that in Diamond.
Diamond this month. Red
awesome,
Anvil.
Guys. Thank you for having me. This
and,
has always been good.
We'll have it here in March, and hopefully everybody will have it here in March. You can order online. It'll be on Comixology. Said
awesome.
So you can order digitally. Although
many platforms.
We prefer that you buy it.
Yeah. Come here, all our Jersey fans. We have a lot of New York, New Jersey fans. Cool. So hopefully all these stores will pick it up.
All right, right on.
Thank you, guys.
Fantastic.
Right on. Before we go, I saw a toy coming out.
Yes.
Wanted to get your opinion on it. The 6-scale Hot Toys Star-Lord.
Oh, from Sideshow?
From Sideshow.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's pretty. I saw detailed photos of this thing.
It's $300 though, right?
I saw $239.
Do you want one?
$234.99.
Do you want it?
I'm not. And let's present. I'm not a figure or
you're not a guy.
But this one I might. It's
all right. Let us know
if you're a Chris Pratt fan. You want this. If you're a Star-Lord fan, you want this. If you're a Guardians fan, you want this. One word: Walkman.
Yeah.
Comes with the Walkman.
An actual Walkman?
Well, no,
nice.
the one that one that
that's cool
to scale that comes with them. But,
nice.
He's got the guns. He's got the orb. He's got the mask. Mask has LED lights that light up.
Cool.
This is everything that Hot Toys is all
Let me
about.
know. We have to put our orders in soon.
Is there a limit? Like as a retailer, do they limit you to?
No, but they do allocate.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Let me know. Let me know as soon as you can.
It's pretty sweet.
It's sweet as hell.
And if you wanted, call Mike. He'll.
Yeah, and if you're looking for it,
now you're gonna have to
call.
leave some. You're gonna have to pay for it in full because we've been burned. So.
Oh hell yeah, we've been burned a lot.
But I guarantee you'll love this thing. I'm just talking very enthusiastic about this. Come on, my Walkman.
You know what? And for an extra $60, he'll let you fart in his mouth.
With
If you
Another
buy
40
this
with
thing,
heels.
with the purchase of a Star-Lord sideshow.
all right, I'm going to get like 4 phone calls tomorrow. You know that.
Yeah.
All right, great.
You know that, right?
You know that, right?
All right.
All right. And speaking of,
All right.
never mind.
If you're anywhere in the New York area, come see us at the NYC Podfest. And
Criff Dogs, man.
Criff Dogs.
Criff Dogs.
Come to Criff Dogs with us.
Yes.
At post-show.
Yes.
You know what? PBRs all around. I'll buy everyone around a PBR.
Nice. Cool beans.
Come with us.
Good deal.
PBRs all around.
And I'll split it with you. PBRs. We'll grab a case.
Okay.
Or 2.
I wonder if they let us buy by the case there.
Maybe.
They sell them there, but
Maybe they'll give us a discount.
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Skip, thank you very much. For
Thanks,
that.
Skip.
Thanks, Mike.
Unit5comic.com,
best.
correct? Unit5comic.com.
Unit5comic.com and then the facebook.com/Unit5
Let's
comic.
do this.
Excellent. Good man.
Got that.
Yeah.
Unit 5, everybody. Unit 5 comic.
Thank you
All right.
guys. Go out and get this book.
NYCpodfest.com. I sell comics, everybody. Thank you very much, and a Happy New Year, everybody.
There you
Take
go.
care. Awesome.
What manner of creature stands behind this counter? Man or machine is the big mystery. With every transaction comes a sweet satisfaction as I cement my place in history. It's just another sale to this comic-selling alpha male. Life goes on promise to provide unless you get through it. And you'll find every single thing I tell you to. And I sell comics. Come on, buy 'em all. You just can't get enough. I sell comics. Come on, buy 'em all. You can't get enough. My fingers dance over the cash register. Don't look so surprised, I'll leave your mouth agape. And it's not because I'm making con.